Hey everybody, and welcome to Age's Cozy Crochet Corner, where today in the corner we're going to be going over this lovely block. I use this block in a lot of my sweaters, so I wanted to show you guys how to work the block up because I've been asked so many times. Okay, and I wanted to show you what I use it for mainly, and that's to make sweaters. So this is one of my long sweaters that I just got finished making. So I wanted to show you guys this one, and I usually use this block to make long or short sweaters. So I absolutely love this one. Let me show you the back. And of course we have pockets, and we're gonna get right to the table. I'm gonna show you how to make this. As you see, I use a variety of different colors, probably about 5 colors, because each one of these different sections on the square, we want to do a different color or want to be able to switch it up. So I'm going to grab some yarn. We're going to get to the table and let's work up these blocks. Okay, everybody, we're at the table with our sun ray square. And before we get started, this one right here is lacking the last row that's going to give us our square shape, but I wanted to show you that we will be beginning this as a circle until the final row. Now you see here I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 colors. This is 4 rows, and the 5th row, when I usually make something, the 5th row is what I keep in unison with all the other squares that will be made. But these ones right here usually change and switch the color around some. So I wanted to show you this before we begin, so you can see that in the beginning it does start off as a circle, and then our last row, 5th row, will bring about our square shape. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to slide this aside. We'll also be needing scissors, a yarn needle, and we will be working with a 5.5 millimeter hook. Now you can do this with any size hook in which you choose. I'm just choosing to begin with that one. Now I'll be using little scrap yarns to demonstrate how to make this. So we'll be using all 4 medium waisted yarn for this project. And again, you could use a different type of yarn for this. This is just what I'm making these ones with. To begin, we're going to make a magic circle. So how I make my magic circles is I wrap my yarn around my 2 fingers, forming an X. And then I'm going to bring this one through the circle. All right. If I was to pull this all the way, I would have a knot. But I'm not. I'm going to start right here. Grab my yarn, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to yarn over, go back into the circle, and I'm going to make 16 double crochets. And we're putting them all right into the circle. So 16 double crochets into our circle. And this one is 16. Okay. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now I'm going to pull my magic circle closed. Now with this long string, we will be coming back around at the end to close up our hole even more, but I'm going to pull that close. I'm going to go into my first double crochet, which is right here, and I'm going to slip stitch this close. take my yarn and cut it. And then pull through. So that is row 1, 16 double crochets into your magic circle. Now I'm going to pick a point. And I'm actually going to start here so I can work over this. And we're going to go into the tops of our double crochets. So go into the top of one of your double crochets, and we're going to start our next row, and we're also going to choose another color. So I'm just going to grab green. And I'm going to add my green on. And then I'm going to chain 1. Now in each one of the double crochets, we're going to be adding 2 double crochets into that space. So for the first one, I'm going to go in and make 1 double crochet. And then I'm going to go back into that same spot and make another double crochet. So my next double crochet, I'm going to go into the top and make a double crochet, and then go back into that same spot and make another double crochet. And we're going to do this all the way around. I've gone all around, and I've gone into my 16 double crochet and did 2 double crochet in each one. Okay, now I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet right into the top, grab my yarn and come on out and cut my yarn. And now I'm just going to grab my yarn and pull that through. Now our third row, we'll be working in between the 2 double crochet that we've created. Okay, so we have the 1 double crochet, which led to 2 double crochets, and now we'll be going in between the 2 double crochet into the same stitch. We'll be going working in between there. So pick a point, and I'm going to grab another color. And we're going to add our yarn on there. Chain 1, add it on. And I'm going to go inside with 1 double crochet. Chain 2. And now we'll find the next set, and we'll go in between there and make another double crochet. Chain 2. We'll find the next set, and we'll go in between there and make another double crochet. So we're going to do this all the way around in between each set. When we're done, we should have 16 double crochets spaced out with chain 2. And now we'll find the next set. Okay, so as you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 double crochets. Okay, so when we get to our last one, we want to make sure that we chain 2 so we can connect to our first one. And we'll go into the top of our double crochet and slip stitch. and then we'll cut this yarn. I'm going to go ahead and pull that through. And our fourth row, we're going to be starting in between each one of these chain 2 areas. So you pick which one, that's where we'll be working. And I'm going to select another color. And I'm going to add that on with the chain 1. Now we'll be placing 3 double crochets in each chain 2 space. One, 2, and 3. Let's do it again. And I am working over some of my ends. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so go in between each of the spaces and place 3 double crochet. At the end, you should have 16 clusters of 3 double crochet. Okay, so I have gotten to the end of this row, and you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 double crochet clusters. And a cluster again is the 3 double crochet together. And now we're going to end off like we've been, slipping stitching into the first double crochet. I'm going to cut my yarn and pull through. Now this is the row where we're going to turn this circle into a square. So I'm grabbing my last color for my 5th row. And we're going to be working in between the clusters. So in between these 3 double crochets, that is where we'll be working. So you're going to insert your hook in between any one of your choosing. We're going to add our yarn on there. Now, I like to begin, normally I begin with my double crochet. Once you learn how to do it, you can begin this at any point that you would like, but I always begin with my double crochets. So I'm going to show you that way. But again, once you see how the method of putting in the right amount of each type of stitch we're going to do, you can always begin on whatever section you would like to. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go inside here and I'm going to make 3 double crochets. Two and 3. Now for my next space, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to place 3 half doubles. Now I'm going to make in the next space 3 more double crochets. And the next space, we're going to make our first corner, okay? So in order to make our corner, we're going to yarn over 2 times because we're going to put treble crochets inside there. So we're going to do 3 treble crochets. So 1, Yarn over 2 times, going again, taking 2 off, take 2 off again, and take the final 2 off, and once more. Now we're going to chain 1, yarn over 2 more times, and we're going to place 3 more trebles into the same space. And that is how we're going to make all of our corners. 3 trebles, a chain, 1 space, and 3 more trebles. So our next space, where is that? Our next space, we're going to be putting double crochets, 3 of them again. 1, 2, and 3. And our next space, we're going to be putting half doubles. And we're putting 3 half doubles. Our next space, we'll be putting 3 double crochets. And now we're at another corner. So we're going to put our 3 trebles. So we started with our 3 trebles, chain 1, 3 trebles. And as you see, we kind of have a pattern going on here. So double crochet in a cluster of 3, half doubles in a cluster of 3, double crochet in a cluster of 3. Our corner, 3 trebles, chain 1, 3 trebles, and then we do that again, 3 clusters of double crochet, 3 of half doubles, then 3 double crochets, then we do another corner. So that's how we're going to go all the way around. I'm going to work it with you, but just in a little bit faster. So next is our 3 double crochets. Next are half doubles, 3 of them. Double crochets, 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then our corner, 3 trebles. Chain 1, 3 more trebles. And then we go right into our double crochets. Our half doubles. Our double crochets again. And our last space is our corner. And once we are finished, we have our 4 corners. We're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet right in the top. Cut our yarn. Cut our yarn and pull through. Okay, so now I want to show you how to weave in your ends just a little bit. So you'll need your yarn needle, and when we flip it over, whatever we have not worked over is on the back. Now rows, certain rows I like to work over my ends, and at certain portions I don't, because I don't want it to be shown too much. But I'm going to show you how to close off the circle by just pulling it, okay? Just pull your circle close. And you could do all of that when we're weaving in ends. And we're going to get our yarn on to our needle. And we're just going to take and go into that like color, okay? So whatever your color is, you're just going to go in about 3 times until you're comfortable that wherever you're weaving in, that piece is secure, especially when you're closing off your circles. I usually go in about 4 times when closing off my circle. You're just going in and going in a particular direction and then changing directions. And then pulling it off. I pull mine tight a little bit, and then I'm going to cut this at the base, and now my circle is closed. Okay, so that's the same way we're going to weave in all our ends. You're just going to pick a color and you're going to weave it into whatever light color is close to it. Okay, so that's that. And when we're done, it tuck in, look all pretty. All right, and there you have it. Our Sunway Ray square is all done. Again, with the squares, now I used a 5.5 millimeter hook. I know I will get asked this question. This is the hook that I use for large, extra large. As you saw in the beginning of this video, I will put in the description box the size of the blocks using this. Now, if you decide to use this block to obtain a sweater or just to make a blanket, you can, you know, play with different hook size to get the size that you want. Okay, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial on how to make these blocks. Let me see some of the things that you guys create with them, and hopefully next time I get back to the table and I'm making another one of these, I'll add you guys in so you can see how I make a sweater from these blocks. Okay, as always, I will see you in the comment section. I love and appreciate all of you, and don't forget to follow me on all my social media sites. But most importantly, make sure you click that subscribe button, okay?